oi dançando no peito, oi José, do José brincalhão, oi José, o sorvete e a rosa, oi José, a rosa e o sorvete, oi José, tirando na mente, oi José, do José brincalhão, oi José, Juliana girando, oi girando, oi na roda gigante, oi girando, oi na roda gigante, oi girando, o amigo João, o sorvete é morango, é vermelho, girando e a rosa é vermelha, girando, girando, é vermelha, oi girando, girando, olha a faca, olha o sangue na mão, e José, Juliana no chão, e José, outro corpo caído, e José, seu amigo João, e José, amanhã não tem feira, e José.
Caetano is like a brother, you know, and my best friend, and it's a person that I trust absolutely, that I love absolutely, you know. I wouldn't be an artist as I am without him. I wouldn't be the person that I am morally, ethically, spiritually, intelligent-wise without him. He's fundamental for my life.
All kinds of commercial, not respected music started to attract us because they were vital and they had to do with the reality of the people, you know. And that's how we came out with what people called tropicalia or tropicalismo. We, in fact, created those kind of collage songs and collage records in which we put all those rejected things together and created a different kind of poetry using these bits and pieces of rubbish.
Caminhando contra o vento, sem lenço, sem documento, no sol de quase dezembro, eu vou. O sol se reparte em crimes, espaçonaves, guerrilhas, em cardinales bonitas. Eu vou em caras de presidentes, em grandes beijos de amor, em dentes, pernas, bandeiras, pompa e Brigitte Bardot. O sol nas bancas de revista me enche de alegria e preguiça. Quem lê tanta notícia, eu vou, olhos e nomes, os olhos cheios de cores.
We were trying to update the Brazilian scene to the new things that were happening in the world. And this is what Tropicalia was about, you know, bringing Brazilian music and Brazilian theater and Brazilian different forms of art and expression to the update things, referring to the Beatles, referring to the rock groups in America, referring to the behavioral revolution, you know, happening in the world, and so and so and so. So was, you know, people with their original thing meeting the new world.
Sobre a cabeça os aviões, sob os meus pés os caminhões, aponta contra os chapadões meu nariz. Eu organizo o movimento, eu oriento o carnaval, eu inauguro o monumento no Planalto Central do país. Viva a bossa, sassá, viva a palhoça, sassá, sassá. Viva a bossa, sassá, viva a palhoça, sassá.
All of what became known as tropicalismo or tropicalia happened in 1967 to 1968. The Brazilian military dictatorship had begun in 1964. But in 1968, in December of 1968, the right-wing hardliners took over, and things became a lot worse around here. And we had just become famous because of the Tropicalia things, you know, and famous and discussed and polemic. So the military didn't know what to do. They thought that the whole thing was too anarchical. They were afraid of it because all the public demonstrations against the dictatorship counted with our presences, you know. We were with them.
They determined that we were dangerous, and the way to deal with us would be through violence, you know, through cutting our possibilities of acting and you know, and doing things and influencing people.
And so they put us in jail. And after 2 months in jail, they took us to Bahia. We lived in São Paulo, but they put us in jail in Rio. And from Rio, 2 months later, they took us to Bahia, and they had us kind of home arrested in the city of Salvador for 4 months. And after that, they invited us to leave the country, and that's how we lived in London for 2.5 years as exiles.
One day I had to leave my country, calm beach, palm tree. That day I couldn't even cry, and I forgot that outside there would be other men. But today, I don't know why.
So being there because we were in a difficult situation, I was too depressed to look at those things as if they were miracles or wonderful things to be seen, you know. I was there because I had to be.
Being there, I had the opportunity to experience, you know, that exciting moment London was living, being the swinging London, you know, gathering so many artists and so many hippies, you know, people just performing different performances in terms of behavior and especially music.
Walk down Portobello Road to the sound of reggae. I'm alive. The age of gold, just the age of old. The age of gold, the age of music's past.
Even in London, I've made 2 records. But as the second record was ready, I heard news from Brazil that told me that I could come back, you know. Slowly I was being allowed back in Brazil, and as soon as that happened, I immediately came back because I missed it. I missed Brazil a lot. I never dreamt of living abroad.
Você é a canção que E aí?
Aí legal. Só que a gente fez uma vez só, não foi?
É.
Eu tava esperando a segunda vez.
Quer dizer, não, a gente fez duas vezes.
Foi? Eu não
A
senti.
gente passou e não repetimos o pé e fomos pra cabeça e só o
Eu
final que a gente não...
Não me lembrei de que a gente repetiu o pé.
Como é que tá aí? O que
A
vocês
gente
acham?
não repetiu o pé e começo foi pra cabeça. Por isso que eu não tava certo que o final era o final, mas o tempo todo foi ótimo. This song is called Pé do Meu Samba. And I wrote that song myself, and I wrote it for her. I wrote it for Martinalia, for her to sing, and in fact it's about her, about the way she's so much a person from Rio. You know, it talks about places in Rio and things that are really characteristic of Rio. And she's one of those things. And she's perfectly carioca, and she's a great samba dancer, composer, player and singer. And the song is about it. And Pé do Meu Samba, the title means foot of my samba. Essa é a Martinália, querida.
Esse aqui é o Pé do Meu Samba.
In fact, this samba, Pé do Meu Samba, finally I found out that I copied an old samba existent without knowing it when I was doing it. Most of it is very much like the melody of an old samba. You know, that was recorded back in the 50s. But anyway, it's about samba, so it has one of the sambas in it. A particular samba is more present in it than many others.